Well, there's only one member of our NBC 12 First Warning weather team that works 24 hours a day. And we're not talking about Jim or Ross or even Andrew Frieden. It's our First Warning Doppler radar. It scans the skies from 80 feet above our television station. Meteorologist Andrew Frieden takes us on a trip up our tower.
The same way that you can take a lens and focus sunlight and burn paper, you can get burned by this thing, especially if it just so happens to come across your eyes.
Engineer Rick Wagner lays out the danger, starting with that high-powered transmitter. It's required to see storms up to 300 miles away, and a flip of the switch removes that threat. The constantly rotating radar dish inside that protective ball needs to be stopped too before I head up there. But Rick's biggest concern is that climb.
As long as Andrew gets hooked onto the safety line, I'm good to go.
The safety line is a thick steel cable. It runs all the way to the top, and this special clip ties you in. The connector is rigged to clamp down on the wire, stopping a fall if you lose your grip on the ladder. It looks simple enough, but it's a tough climb. You have to stay uncomfortably close to the ladder so the safety clip doesn't lock you in place. And the 80-foot climb can be unnerving as the tower shakes. When you reach the top, it's time to sit and relax below the radar for a moment.
And it is a tight squeeze in here. Only have a few feet to maneuver. And of course it is a long way down. There's our photographer and engineer down there hanging out.
It's a breathtaking view, and that's for a reason. The radar needs to be above the tree line so it has a clear view of the skies. The next step before you go inside the dome, clip onto the tower with two separate safety lines before you release from the cable.
This is a cool place to be after 10 years of looking at the output of this machinery. It's neat to be right next to it, right next to First Warning Doppler radar.
Think of this big plastic ball as the skull that protects the brains of the radar inside. The transmitter receiver at the base actually creates the radar beam, and the huge rotating dish collects the data coming back in after the beam bounces off rain, snow, or anything else. This tiny cooling fan is an important part. It's really the only thing that breaks or needs maintenance, and that means someone has to strap in and start climbing. Meteorologist Andrew Frieden, NBC 12.
And Andrew did make it down safely. We're happy to report. Ross joins us now to talk more about this really impressive radar and why it is so important to us. Ross?
It's extremely important to us, Ryan, and my hat's off to Andrew for having the courage to go all the way up there. I don't know that I could have done that. Heights and I just do not agree. Here's our First Warning Doppler radar. I zoomed in really closely to show you where it is. Here's Midlothian Turnpike. We have East German School Road. Here's our television station, and right there is the radar. It is busy working, scanning the skies right now throughout central Virginia. Things are quiet, though. We don't have anything going on, just a few high, thin clouds out there this afternoon, but there is some moisture showing up